MacBook, iPad, iPhone. So why do I own so many Apple devices? Am I an Apple fanboy? Definitely not, cause my main workstation laptop is a Windows machine and I do use Android on a regular basis. So why do I have so many Apple devices? And let me explain. Now let's start this list with the least used Apple product, and that is this bad boy here, the MacBook Pro 16-inch, and this is running Intel. And the problem with this laptop that I faced immediately was this gets hot like anything. Now I got this laptop for doing all color accurate work, which includes Photoshop and color grading in Premiere Pro or After Effects and things like that. And the problem was that even for small tasks, like if I open loads of tabs on Chrome, this starts heating up. First you'll notice the heat coming out through the palm rest, and then slowly it creeps up. And if you open things like Photoshop and start doing heavy work on that, and then gone, this gets hot and it's super toasty. Now, due to the heavy heating that I faced with this laptop, my work was affected a lot. And not only does this get toasty, the software itself lags. So of course, thermal throttling, and to make sure your laptop stays alive for a very long time, the machine automatically slows down the performance. And yeah, I really couldn't work at my full capacity with this machine, and hence I don't use this as much. But of course, for some work related tasks I do use this, but other than that, this is the least used Apple product. And the second least used is the iPad Pro 12-inch. Now this is running on the M1 processor, and I have to say this iPad is pretty good. Now I use this for not a lot of things, but the main things. Now when it comes to work, I use this as a monitor for my camera. So right now I'm not using that, but I usually use this to view whatever content I'm shooting. So this acts as a monitor, an expensive monitor. And then sometimes I do sketch, the storyboarding. I do storyboarding on the iPad, and now I don't have a pencil, so I just use my fingers. But once I get a pencil, then it might be much more useful for all the storyboarding and stuff. So when it comes to work, I use this for storyboarding and as an expensive monitor for my camera. But other than that, as it is, I don't use this much as a media consumption device because I use laptop or use my TV. But this is useful when I travel. Apart from the MacBook Pro 16-inch, this is the second least used item that I have here. Now, among these four items, my two favorite products are the MacBook Air with the M1 processor and my iPhone 13 mini. So let's start off with the MacBook Air 13 and why I bought this. Now 3.5 years back, when I wanted to change my laptop, I already had a powerful Windows machine and this, so I was good in terms of productivity. But I wanted something that I can carry around, is lightweight, but has good performance and great battery life and a really good display. And I don't know if it's luck, but that was a time when the M1 MacBook Air was launched. And I have to say, I was surprised by the amount of performance, the battery life, and say the value this provided. Now initially when Apple launched it, I didn't believe, but once the reviews started coming out and once people started talking about how good this is, I was convinced. But before that, I actually had my eye on the Asus ZenBook, and I mean that is a pretty good laptop. But when I compared that with this, the battery life of the ZenBook is no match for this. The performance is definitely no match for this. So when I compared all that, then I made a decision to go with the M1 MacBook Air. And I've been using this for around 3.5 years, and I have to say, I haven't been disappointed by this machine. Even now, this is snappy, the battery life is good, the display is good. Of course, the bezels are a little bit thicker, but I'm still happy with the overall display, and the form factor is really good. Built like a tank, but still light. And I've also recommended this to many people. Now, I really don't feel a need to upgrade this to any newer laptop, be it on Windows or Mac. And I have to say, unless Apple comes out with another MacBook, or if there's another Windows laptop that can match this performance and battery life, then I might switch. But for now, the MacBook Air M1 is one of my best purchases. And my next favorite product in this list is definitely my iPhone 13 mini. Now, I'm not a guy who is like part of team Apple or part of team Android. I am a person who wants a smartphone which is comfortable to hold on to, has very good comfort and is not too huge, and definitely has some good performance. Now I don't care about the camera and all. I just want good performance, decent battery life, and a small form factor. And when I was looking out for that, so before that I had a Pixel 4a. It was compact, but the performance wasn't that good. It was laggy. The first 8 months or so was good, but after that it was laggy, and I definitely wanted to change. And when I looked on Android, there was not really much choices there. Of course, the Asus Zenfone was there, but they for some reason kept on delaying the release in India, and the only option for me was the iPhone 13 mini. And the iPhone 12 had bad battery life, but things changed totally in the iPhone 13 mini, and that is the reason I just went ahead with this small beast. Now, ever since I bought the iPhone 13 mini, I've been super happy with it, and I've felt no need to change my smartphone. Now, there are many new smartphones, be it on Android or on iOS, but I felt no need to change my smartphone. And I have to say, there's no other phone that gives such good comfort. I mean, my hands don't fatigue, and my user experience with the iPhone 13 mini is amazing. Performance, I've had no issues, and I don't use cameras a lot, but when I do use them, I can be sure that these get some really good pictures. And battery life hasn't been a problem, but it's just now for the past 2-3 months the battery has definitely degraded, and I think it's time for me to change the battery. But other than that, I have no issues with the iPhone 13 mini. Now if you ask, will I change the iPhone 13 mini? Probably not. I will use this as much as I can, like till it dies. So I will definitely use till that, and I really hope there's another powerful compact smartphone that is going to come out. But as of now, I really love the iPhone 13 mini. And with that said, amongst all these 4 devices, the MacBook Air M1 and the iPhone 13 mini are the most used products that I own, or say Apple products that I own. The MacBook Air 16 isn't that good, so yeah, I don't use this much, and this I use it for work purposes like storyboarding and stuff like that. But other than that, these two are the only useful machines that I own from Apple. And let me be honest, Apple makes really good products right now, and especially with their new M series chips on the iPad or the Mac, I think the value of especially the MacBooks have gone up very much. But just because I own all these doesn't mean I am an Apple fanboy, because as you can see here, my main machine there is a Windows laptop, and I do use that for everyday work. Like every day, every single day, that is my work machine. So I juggle between Windows and Mac, I juggle between Android and iOS. So I am kind of in the middle ground where I can use both. And for those wondering, I definitely don't have a favorite operating system or a favorite device. I just have devices that get my work done. And if Asus or Lenovo or some other Windows manufacturer comes up with a better laptop than this, then I might switch to that. Or if someone comes out with a better compact smartphone, I might switch from my iPhone 13 mini. So that's it. And if you're someone who's stuck with one team, like or team Apple or team Android or team Windows, I would say just use the other one, and if it works for you, then good. If it doesn't work for you, then just leave it and go. There's no need to fight over one device and the other. So with that said, thanks for watching, and this is Suman signing off once again. Catch you later.